Does Netflix have a pleasant surprise on their hands here? Let's talk about that. What is going on, everybody? Tom Chattelbash here, and if you love movies and TV like I do, then rest assured you are in the right place. And today we're going to be taking a look at Netflix's new original movie, War Machine, starring Alan Ritchson. Now, War Machine centers on a soldier who is played here by Alan Ritchson, who signs up and applies to be a part of this Ranger program where he wants to do this in honor of his brother, and so he becomes part of this training program where the final step is this training exercise, but what he doesn't know is that while he's on this final training exercise, he encounters an alien from another world who is trying to hunt down him and the rest of his team that he's trying to lead. War Machine is essentially War of the Worlds meets Predator, and if that doesn't get you to at least give this movie a shot, then frankly, I don't know what will. I went into this movie with pretty low expectations because, let's be honest, a lot of these Netflix original movies, they range from disposable entertainment to completely forgettable to downright mediocre and awful. But every now and again, a good movie squeaks through the cracks. And War Machine, thankfully, is one of those movies. War Machine is actually a really fun action thriller that makes great use of its concept, and it really leans into the Predator aspect of this machine hunting down this team essentially one by one with its, advanced technology. And you have Reacher himself leading this team and just being a badass. I mean, it's pretty straightforward stuff, and it works. And this film is directed by Patrick Hughes, who previously brought us action films like Expendables 3 and The Hitman's Bodyguard, so he's definitely no novice to the action genre, and I think he does a really solid job directing this movie. There are some stellar action sequences. I think it makes great use of the really fun concept of this man versus machine concept, and it's a lot of fun. The action sequences are visceral, intense, well shot for the most part. There's actually one-oneer that definitely is digitally stitched together, but still is impressive nonetheless and is very immersive, and all of the action in the movie, and there's a good amount of it, is really engaging, really entertaining, and definitely will give you a fun home theater experience if you've got a good sound system. And Ritchson once again proves that he is a very dependable action star, and he's not just a badass in these action movies. He doesn't just carry these movies effortlessly. He's got this gravitas to him that I really enjoy, and I like the fact that they actually fleshed out his character, his relationship with his brother, and why he's so closed off, and why he really is just very kind of narrow-minded in terms of what he wants to achieve and his main goal, and how that evolves as the film goes on and his situation gets more and more dire. I appreciated that depth. I appreciated the fact that we actually fleshed out this character, and I think Ritchson actually elevates a lot of what's on the page, and he makes this an emotionally compelling character to watch. So yes, he's badass, and yes, a lot of this movie kind of feels like a Reacher flashback sequence, admittedly with some aliens thrown in there, but he's still bringing that emotional weight to the character that was really welcomed, and I think is what makes this movie more than just a typical action film. And I have to say, the special effects, pretty damn solid. I mean, admittedly, there is some iffy CGI here and there, and there's definitely some egregious green screen here and there, but I think on the whole, the mix of practical and CGI works really well here, and it blends together pretty seamlessly, and I was really excited to see a lot of practical stunts being done. There's some brutal stuff in this movie, and I appreciate the fact that it feels tactile and grounded because they're doing a lot of this stuff for real, and you could tell this was probably a grueling shoot, so I appreciated the efforts and the stunt work here for sure. Where this movie really falters, though, is the supporting characters. There's no one here that really comes across as more than a caricature, and I feel like in a lot of war films, we get like the same breed of characters, and they're all given the same kind of dialogue, the same kind of accents, and it just doesn't work. They're not fleshed out, and it's just a bummer. Like, I'm so sick of this like two-dimensional bullshit when it comes to these supporting characters in war films. Like, let's be better. I know we can do better, so let's do that. I mean, Richardson's given some solid material to work with. Give the rest of the cast some stuff to chew on. I mean, especially you have Dennis Quaid in a supporting role, and he's given pretty much nothing to do in this movie. And I will say the movie does take a little while to get going. Pacing in that first act can feel a little bit sluggish. I feel like it takes a little bit too long to get to that really exciting central conceit of, man versus alien machine. But once it gets there, that's where it becomes really entertaining and really fun to watch. But yeah, that first act definitely a little bit slow out of the gate. So yeah, all in all, I think this is an above average action movie. I think it gives you plenty of entertainment value. It's great popcorn entertainment. If you're looking for like a really solid action film, give this one a shot, give it a stream. You might be pleasantly surprised by it, because I know I certainly was. It's definitely not exactly high art, but I did have a really good time with War Machine, and it's a well-oiled machine, pun absolutely intended. So that's my take on War Machine. Let me know what you think of the movie if you've given it a stream. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Do you think it's just okay? Let me know down below, and until next time, everybody, I'm Tom Chattelbash, YouTube's most reliable movie critic.